A new week, a new idea, and a new challenge. Even though I probably shouldn't call them challenge, let's be honest. Sometimes they are just playing the game weird, but it's not even that hard. Um, yeah, in this case, we are, by the way, before I come to the challenge itself, you already see I could not use a single unit. Actually, the title already says what it is. Yeah, I tried to lower the army. I tried to kill the army. Let's say it like that. I tried it a few times. It never worked. They are not strong enough to beat the whole army on their own. Wulfric is not that good in combat, actually. Even though his stats are not terrible. I tried a lot here to just destroy them, but it didn't work. It never worked. We are doing only ranged Norscan units, which is which is 2 units. Actually, I said only infantry units. Some people might be confused. Why always infantry? And there are probably 2 reasons. One is that I prefer infantry over cavalry. Like, I'm not a cav player usually, so Bretonia is not really my nation, which we have done last time. But I obviously use cav in my normal composition armies, like 2, maybe 3, 4 units from all the 20 you can have. But I usually don't use them too much. And here the option were javelin horses or like the axe horses. And I could have said yes, I use them as well. And when I started the challenge, I was pretty much clear that I said, no, I'm not gonna use them, they are too powerful. Meanwhile, probably if I wouldn't have made up the rules from the beginning and would have changed them in the middle of it, I would have said we can easily change it, because I thought the infantry is weak, because I always thought like those 90 range archers, they are not even archers. Javelin thrower, axe thrower infantry are trash. Like usually that's what I hear a lot, except for the javelin throwers, they are good monster killers. But despite that, they are usually trash, and I can tell you that's not true. Whoever thinks the same, probably I'm the only one whoever has heard that, and I'm totally talking bullshit, will change his mind with this if he sees this. They are crazy. Like, we have our first 2 units recruited here after many attempts of failure to only use the heroes for the first army. So I decided, okay, I can't do it, so I have to recruit a few units. And 2 of them are decent. Let me say they lost a lot. On the other hand, they were monsters with 110 armor, like those what are they called? Fimbul wolves, whatever. They have 110 armor, which is crazy. Like, even the bonus for damage against large was not as crazy as it could have been. But I'm not even sure. I think the bonus against large doesn't count as armor piercing. If I'm not wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe it's not armor piercing, because otherwise these guys would have died way quicker. And yeah, they were the main threat in this army, but otherwise the javelins are actually decent so far. The ammunition count is low, which is probably the main issue. The combat sets though are pretty nice. They are actually even hybrid units. I think they are decent melee fighters or something in game. And yeah, that's the first battle won with them, and they could take out a damaged army of many. And that's pretty much yeah, our first fight with them. They are amazing. We confederate the guys here, obviously, for those who play Norse know the mechanics. From now on, it's pretty much just a lot of recruiting. It's the Norse people don't have the best recruitment, and it's pretty much the same like with the High Elves. Like, you have 2 or 3 slots, and it takes a while until you get more. And we are going into a fight, into our first major fight, where we are heavily outnumbered. And I'm impressed. unimpressed. You will see what I'm impressed about. Like, I did a little bit of cheesy here because I knew this will be terrible. So I used the extra lord that I got from the Confederation and used him as bait for like six units, which is still not even close to what we have. But you will see that these javelin throwers are good. Like, you will see it very much now. Horses, they destroy horses as long as they don't have armor. Like those Marauder horsemen, they are dying instantly. As you can see, they are all running like little whatever. But even against infantry, they are doing decent damage. Probably same problem here like with the archers. Against armored targets, they are not good because they don't have armor piercing damage. Probably a little bit more than the archers, probably even. I couldn't even tell. But the good thing, is the other ranged unit that we have, the axe throwers. They not only do a decent amount of armor piercing damage, they even well, no, they don't reduce armor. They have armor piercing axes they throw. I hope I'm completely right on that. I didn't use them a lot yet. At the stage I am. But they do destroy shields, which means that the shield bonus of like 35 or 55% reduction in damage of arrows, like the shield bonus, everybody knows them, will get reduced by 24, which is amazing for this challenge actually. And yeah, we are not that far yet. We fight with javelins for quite a while because level 3 settlements usually take, like, from my experience, like 8 turns, and then you have to build the, depending on the nation obviously, on the bonuses and whatever you prefer. But I'm on 8 now. I'm on 8, turn 8. And I can't build them yet. I think at this stage, by the way, cool siege. You have to check this out. This is gonna be amazing. And I think I just started to upgrade the level 3 settlement, so I probably will not have them for another 4 or 5 turns. The axe throwers. I don't even remember. But we'll find out. Doesn't matter. They are a little bit more late gamey, but we will surely see a lot of them on the axe throwers. And yeah, the siege, I was very careful with that. I did a 3 front attack, 1 or 2 of them as distraction. Funnily enough, one side got quite destroyed, mainly because the enemy used anti-infantry combatants, as you can see here, and they actually hurt a lot on the javelin throwers. It's worse than I thought. Thank God I had the mage there. Yeah, this is very time consuming. Like, you can see, by the way, the counter on the top, so you can kind of count how much faster it is. I always speed the stuff up, so we don't waste time on the whole campaign stuff. Combats are great to see. Like, there are a lot of YouTubers that make battles to their main content, which I totally understand. Like, the campaign is probably not as interesting as the battles themselves, and I do a mix of both. Like, I barely show things of the campaign map itself, and pretty much my concept is show a little bit campaign, very little bit campaign, show combat, because combat is always the most interesting in Total War, but don't show only one combat, but make like a whole campaign with all the combats and all the challenges we do, and make them quick. Like, like if I would show you every combat as a single video with no multipliers, it would be like, God knows, 10 to 20 minutes per battle, and that's way too much. Like, yeah, challenges sometimes really have fights that are interesting to see as such. Oh, I'm not.
Seek them out and hunt them down to acquire.
I'm sorry, I have this guy talking a little bit here. But I think the real interesting stuff is to see the battles. Like, I could talk like during the battles like, ooh, oh my god, blah blah. But I think seeing the battles is more interesting as long as you don't make a educational attempt with them, which I don't. I don't do education with it. And this is the first major battle, like huge army against huge army, and God, look at it. It's crazy. I did similarly to the high elves. I did 2 rows of ranged, and look at how they shred the enemy. Javelins are not bad, guys. If you ever heard someone say it, they just didn't use enough of them. Like they are brutal. Like yeah, they are not the best combatants. You need some tax so they fight a little bit better, which we will get after like 24 turns. But they are not bad. They are really good. Like we had same sized armies. Like he had a full army and reinforcements. I had reinforcements and a full army. My army only got hurt in one side. It was a little bit of a loss on one side, but you know, sometimes you have to let one side die so the other can thrive. And that's pretty much what's happened here. And we completely destroyed the army. Like look at this, what is that? 1.23k against, what did I lose? I didn't see it, god damn it. 400 probably? 200? 300? It's crazy. And we'll confederate the next Norseman here and delete all the units that I don't want. Yeah, that's crazy. That's, by the way, already going towards the end of this episode. First episode is mainland. Next episode, I will actually check what I do. Probably, very likely, Empire or Kislev. Yeah, I think it's Empire or Kislev. Like if I go anywhere else with the weird text. There are weird texts in the Norscan tree that go all the way into the west, but they are usually, I don't think they are don't make sense. But yeah, that's the first part. That's looking very great, and I'm happy to see the throwing axes next time. So yeah, don't underestimate javelin throwers. Put them in your army, especially early game. Like they are crazy. They are amazing. They actually shred. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you next time.